What? He makes movies too now?
Yeah, I heard so too.
Awesome.
said I wouldn't talk. Now I'm talking. It's incredibly difficult to cycle and at the same time hold this camera because I only have one arm to brake. And the reason I want to talk now is quite simple. Because now it's still fresh. Like the whole morning, I was constantly getting sucked into this desire to help people. And then realizing over and over again that I first have to help myself. And sometimes I have to help myself emotionally. Because whatever happened with me and my people, or my family, I don't really like the word, because family means nothing these days. Family means I can wipe my ass with you. Yeah, just as we wipe our asses with toilet paper that were trees once. Yeah, and we think that's okay. We think that makes us look very good if you wipe your ass with toilet paper. But the truth is it makes you look like an idiot because you have no appreciation for growing things. You know, not even talking about the processes that are involved. Yeah, so right now I'm on the way to the boulder hall. Yeah, 4 times 8 makes great haste. Because today I felt like I was a bit in a rush. Because I was feeling the story of my life pulling me along. And that's kind of scary. You don't know where am I gonna end up. What's the consequence of me going to the boulder hall instead of to my parents and collecting the rest of my things? Well, what is the consequence? Nothing. The consequence is that I'm rather spending my time for 11 euros in the boulder hall with people that don't think I'm their son or anything, that just appreciate me being around, which is something my family can never express. And that's why family to me is an absolutely empty word, and I'm trying to get rid of it, but it's kind of stuck. You know, fam. You know, family means nothing. It's supposed to mean something like warmth, you know, being cradled, being cuddled. But it really means nothing. And that's why I don't like, you know, the people, my people. I like that better than saying family, because there are too many ideas of what family means, and when you boil it down, yeah, and you capture the condensed water and look at the essence of what family these days really is, it's just a bunch of assholes using each other to prove to each other that they are indeed assholes. And that is very strange, because the way family was sold to me was the idea that, yeah, we really stick together, we really like each other. But if I like other people, then don't I have the responsibility to take care of my own emotional shit? Don't I have then the responsibility to say, you know, I recognize that I've been acting a little bit terrible these past couple of decades, yeah? That I've treated you a bit shit, although you are my son, and now I want to take care of that. So because I've been basically, ever since I was a child, I've been throwing a tantrum, which is another word for rebellion, and I've been saying, what the fuck are you all talking about? You say you're my family, I hate you all. You know, why is that? Why can a child in this society hate his entire family? Well, because they're all needy. Yeah, they all use each other because they're terrible at being alone. And now I practiced being alone, and I practiced being silent. And then they started shitting their pants because they thought, oh, wait a second. Now I've been using him all my life to make myself look like a father. You know, being the oppressor kind of type, you know, just looking at how the state does it, of course. And now suddenly this supposed child of mine is outgrowing me. You know, how can that be? Am I not supposed to be the wise old man? And now he has a beard. And suddenly he says all these things that are really wise. You know, how am I supposed to be now as a father? Or somebody who likes to call himself a father. I remember at some point I wanted to call my dad, my daddy. Oh, daddy, please hold me in your arms. I wanted to call him by his first name, and he said, "Dad is sufficient." Oh yeah, is it now? Because that's what makes you feel superior. But not only, I think he really liked seeing himself as a dad. And now because I've been throwing a tantrum, I've been saying it to them, not because I hate them, but because I realized the way the relationship is going won't end well. And so I did say to them, I fucking hate you all. I'm disappointed. And then I said, I also take responsibility for what I said. Yeah, and I came to them and I said, for whatever it's worth, I just wanted to say that in a way I'm still sorry that I said that, but there was really no other way of saying it. Because if I don't shout at you, you don't hear anything. You know, that was that time. And then I did that. Wow, you know, talking drains you. So maybe, you know, stop with all that yapping. It's hard to talk less. No wonder we're all so tired and also hungry, because you're just talking all the time, right? I was listening to Ramdas. Sorry for that. Not. How can I be sorry for something that I did intentionally? So I don't actually think I said sorry, but I don't remember. Maybe I just don't want to acknowledge that I did apologize once in my life. But the point is, you know, Ramdas was talking about that he was at a lecture hall and he was high on LSD. And then what happened was that to him, the lecture hall just looked like ocean waves. So you could say he was kind of losing track of reality, but what is reality? Because in a sense, all people are like ocean waves. And that goes back to Alan Watts, who says, "What does he say, my precious?" Well, he says that you're just like a wave. And some people are more like me, they're a tsunami. And then there are these little tiny ripples. That could be another song, right? And they say, I want to be a tsunami as well. And so they lie about it. They're just a ripple, but they want to be a tsunami. And then people come and say, well, if you're a tsunami, then I'm the face of a cliff and you're gonna shatter on me. Yeah, because that's also truth. If you want to be a tsunami, but I'm the face of a cliff, well, you have to be a pretty good tsunami. Otherwise, you know, cheers. Anyway, I don't want to quote too much of Ramdas, but there's just so much of him in me that sometimes I have trouble getting rid of him. Because what the thing is, he said that because he was a professor, really nice cycling here, like, let's get a shot, because I feel so sick. Let's just jam it into my arm. That's gonna make me feel better. Not enough toxins from the outside. I need them directly into the vein. Anyway, that was the worst. The hill. Whew. What he said was, one of these ripples, right, like a head, looked like a fish, came out of the waves and asked him a really long question, apparently. I don't know how he knows what the question was, but the way he heard it was, "Do you love me?" And he said, "Of course I love you." And the fish responded, "That answer is not sufficient to me." And what does that say? It says that somebody comes to you, asks you a question. It's basically saying, "Please give me your love, because love is attention. And if I answer your question, then I must surely love you." And then you say, "I do love you." And the person says, "That's not enough love. I want more of your love. Answer the question in a really long way. Elaborate on every detail of the question. But don't tell me you love me. That's not what I came here to hear. I came to suck you dry." Right? "I just want to hear you speak. Please talk to me. Answer my question. I love you. That's not sufficient. I really need to feel it." Well, you're just feeling it. That was really what happened when I was listening to Ramdas and he told that story, and I realized, you know, sometimes I hear things probably Ramdas wasn't aware of. And that's what it means to outgrow your elders. You don't say, well, sometimes I say that, "What a douche. He doesn't understand shit. He needed a guru." And then this smiling face says, "Well, you're still stuck on listening to me." So who's your guru now, bitch? It's like, all right. Let's be a little bit more humble. I'm just jealous. I'm so jealous that I can't go to India and suck up to Maharaji and having tell me when to do what kind of asana or spiritual practice, because I just have to figure it out for myself. And that's the beauty, of course, of the internet. You can figure it out for yourself just by looking at what other people are doing, and then you try to imitate them in the way that feels best for you. And then I'm spoiling this beautiful landscape with my ceaseless amount of words that just hammers your eardrums with what I consider to be some kind of truth, or maybe just the joke of it. Because as soon as I use words, I sacrifice truth to express truth, which means, why am I talking so much? Because I want you all to listen to me. Please listen to me and buy my books. Please listen to me and buy my books so that I can be really rich and then never record anything ever again. Because that's what you're all really afraid of. That's why you cannot open up to me. Because I'm too much in your face. It's like, if he dies, I could never forgive myself. Yes, that is possibly the way it is. But the way it really is I really enjoyed doing this. I mean, how could I go now and ask for a job at the Boulder Hall. Because I think I don't have enough yet. I mean, I have too much at times. And that's why I masturbate. Because I just don't know where to put all of this. You know, it's just too much. It's just too damn much. Is it still recording? I hope it recorded it. Because if it didn't, I wouldn't know how to live anymore. I would have to do it all again. And right, it's like, is my laptop already broken because I have it in this backpack? Because I cannot let go of working or looking busy. Because even when I go to the Boulder Hall to have the day off, it's part of my work, because that's what you call sadhana. And it's a trap. It's a damn trap. I cannot get out of it. Lest life says, now you're done, leave. And then you say, I don't want to leave, it's so nice. You have to leave now to make space for another incarnation of yourself, so that you can really enjoy the fruits of your actions. Because, you know, just think about it for a second. I don't really know whether reincarnation is really true or not. But what I do know is that if it is, I might reincarnate as my own child, or the child of my own child, right? And so if that's the truth, then what does it say? It says that I live this life as best as I can, and I make sure that my people or my family is doing really well. And for that, I make sure that I'm doing really well, that I'm strong and that I'm tough, and that I can cycle and talk at the same time, and even enjoy doing so. And now this is the Boulder Hall. This is advertisement for you. I will be here quite a lot. I don't know how a lot is, or what a lot is, but what I do know is that I will be here quite a lot. You know, in comparison to how often I've been here in recent times, I will be here quite a lot. And that's in Lunatic, called Kletterwelt Sauerland. So for any Germans, right? It's like, you know, you can come here. You won't know if I'm gonna be here, but if you come here often, you may even learn how to climb. And even better, no, it's not better. No, you may even meet me at times, or you just learn how to climb, and occasionally we shall meet each other. With having said that, I feel like I've said enough. It is a struggle, just the mental juggling I had to do to use an irrigator to flush my colon, because I said today I don't want to eat. I want to see how climbing goes without food in my stomach. I will drink. That's it, I think. Right? Because they sell coffee. I don't know about that yet, but it's probably best to just not drink coffee and just stick with my tea. I'll see, right? But all in all, over and out, it's just about, you know, you just have to let it roll. And that takes a lot of practice and patience, because I could have gone to my parents and then I had to ask myself, wait, what's the fear now? Is the fear going to them or not going to them? Is the fear going to the Boulder Hall, or is the fear not going to the Boulder Hall? You know, what's the consequence of each of it? And so I use the scale of my mind and just balance it out, and then I realize, oh wow, I really just want to do my own thing, because, you know, they're really alright. I mean, they've lived their whole lives, you know, they know how to live to a certain degree, and if they don't, then that's their problem. Then the best thing I can do is just show them how I live. And then I go there, and when they drop me a comment, why didn't you come yesterday? We were expecting you. Or why didn't you pick up your phone? And then you say, because I went bouldering and I had a really good time. Then they say, but you should have been here. So the only thing that could ruin your day of bouldering is yourself. Because if you take the shit that other people give you and hold on to it, then you will never really do anything. Right? You have to take the shit they give you and then you just use the shit because it's energy. You know, it's like raw clay. And you drive it to the boulder hall. And that's heavy. That's heavier than just drinking a coffee, which is what most people do. As soon as they feel heavy, they drink a coffee. You know, they could also drink tea and go cycling. But they eat cake and sugar so that they basically manifest the heaviness that they feel inside in a physical form, right? If you feel really heavy and you keep eating, the heavier you'll get and the harder it will be to get rid of the heaviness. Because you're not just stuffing food in yourself, it's also emotions that you stuff into yourself. And every time somebody comes and says, you look fat, you go home and eat more. So that you really look fat, right? You really want to make sure that everybody who sees you is gonna judge you for who you are. And that's then self-torture, of course. Because somewhere inside of you is that little kid that says, I'm a fat, disgusting pig or something. But pigs are really nice. And what does fat mean to a walrus? It means I'm gonna survive when it's cold, right? But to a human it means I'm gonna get arthrosis or something, right? And, you know, my limbs are gonna be swollen because I'm not an animal of the ocean. But I could be, and that's why when you're really heavy, the best thing you could do is start swimming. Just pick a place. In nature is probably best, but if you don't have that, just go and start swimming. Just swim it all out. And after probably a year of regular swimming, you're gonna be slim. And you're gonna have so much energy. And then all you have to do then is you have to keep going. Because if you don't keep going, you're gonna get stuck. And when you're stuck, you're gonna stuff yourself again. You can momentarily stuff yourself. But then the next day, maybe you just fast so that you don't always stuff yourself, right? I know how to go bouldering with food. I know how to go bouldering with coffee. I know how to boulder with all kinds of things. Now I'm going to go on an empty stomach. That's a challenge, but let's see. Maybe I'll feel so light I'm gonna walk up the walls like Gollum, or down. Or just like a monkey, you know, I don't have to be Gollum. It could be just a monkey. Because Gollum to me is too vicious. You know, I'm really, you know, now it's time to let go. You know, you've had me now for 27 minutes? That's the time it took me. I mean, that felt like a whole day. That journey felt like eternity. And that's also what happens when you let go. Time stretches out. You know, your day doesn't have 24 hours anymore. Every day is eternity. And at the end of the day, you almost hope. Either you want to cling to the day, I don't want to sleep yet, I want to suck in more of this. But you have to sleep sometimes. Yeah, just to disattach, because that's what sleeping really is. No, it's disattachment. Just to let go of what happened, and then the next day, right, you realize, I've grown. My God, I've grown so much. Yeah, let's keep it at that. But at least I can also record more now. Cheers.